the normalcy. I mean, still 1/3 of the country watching one event's a huge number. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, 2 out of every 3 could care less. And I don't know again if it's the norm or if that number's up. I know the ratings for the NFL were down this year for a lot of different reasons, and people kind of put out with the way some of the things have been done, Jeff. So I don't know your thoughts. I hadn't asked anybody really outside our crew your thoughts on the Super Bowl.
I really haven't paid attention to it myself, to be quite honest with you. And you know what? Let's get it out on the table from the get-go. Everybody pretty much knows I'm a basketball guy, and this time of year I'm all into basketball. However, with the Patriots being there again, you know people
fatigue.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Is people are tired of seeing the same. Same old people.
And it's not a cut on New England. I mean, obviously the goal is to get there. But nobody's stepping up in the AFC to knock them off.
No.
And really the thing that is crazy is that Tom Brady at his age, look, I'm 40 now, and I can tell you this, for me to even think, and I'm not in anywhere near the shape Tom Brady's in either, and I don't eat the way I should. I don't eat the things he eats. And, but for him to be out there competing the way he does and doing what he does.
The guy can get it done.
And the way he's getting hit.
Yeah.
He's getting hit more this year than he's ever been hit. And it seems like he's responding better somehow. It seems like he's getting, and the thing I like about Tom Brady's in the press conferences is he don't get mad when people ask him crazy questions.
Does not.
He just laughs and goes, why does everybody want me to retire so bad?
Exactly.
Y'all just want to put me out in the pasture already?
Exactly.
But, he said something a long time ago that I thought was very key, and, you may agree with it, you may not. People out there in the real world may not agree with it either, but he said, if you're going to beat me, there's one thing you're going to have to do, and that's give up your life because I've given up mine for this.
Yeah.
And he said that's what you're going to have to do if you're going to want to compete and beat me. He said you got to be that dedicated because he said that's what I've done. I've given up a lot. Now that may be extreme, and he came out and said, look, I've given up a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have, but he said I have. It's no different really than Nick Saban. Be honest with you.
That's correct.
Nick Saban knows one thing in this life.
That's football.
He don't really have any hobbies. He don't do anything, and he's just so. He'd almost be a guy that'd be lost without the game.
Very driven. Very driven.
So, you're looking at a New England team that's 13-3, a Philadelphia team that's 13-3 without Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I think that's a unique twist with Philadelphia being in there without their starting quarterback.
There's no question
about it.
Well, I was the first one to say when they got in the playoffs, I said, well, Philadelphia will get beat in the second round. They had to bye because they won the NFC, but I said they'll get beat because they don't have – Nick Foles isn't going to be able to get it done.
Right.
He's not the offensive production guy that Carson Wentz was, but, the Eagles have just they've withstood.
They've maintained.
Persevered, and they're sitting there. And actually, Nick Foles is playing probably as good as anybody right now.
You're probably right. He probably is playing as good as anybody. And, that's got to be a credit to whoever their quarterback coach is and their OC and their head coach. I mean, they got the guy ready to go, and obviously he's worked to get himself ready to go.
That's right.
Well,
and that's another thing. Coming off the bench, you got a guy like Wentz that's just dominating the league. And Nick Foles, 4-5 years ago, was an MVP himself. He was league MVP. So it's not that he's a chump quarterback, but it's been 4 or 5 years since it was his show.
Absolutely.
But him to sit over there and prepare, because it's easy as a backup quarterback in the NFL. If you're sitting behind Aaron Rodgers or you're sitting behind Tom Brady or somebody, to just show up and sit over there and prop your legs up and watch the game like a fan.
Yeah.
So, but he's obviously, up to the task, up to the challenge. But this game will be in Minnesota. It seems like Minnesota just cannot get past the NFC Championship.
They cannot.
They had it laid out in front of them to play in front of their home fans in their new dome, and really just laid the biggest egg that you could. I mean, it was a terror after coming off an emotional win over New Orleans like they did. they really went up to Philadelphia and played terrible. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, it's an interesting matchup. I don't know how high of a profile matchup it is. You know, it's been 10 years since that crazy Super Bowl 2008 where David Tyree caught that ball on top of his helmet to beat Tom Brady in that perfect team.
Yeah.
That team was 18-0 going in
Yep.
to that game and lost to the Giants. Obviously, all the Super Bowls that Tom Brady's been in, he's won except for 2. And it's been to Eli Manning.
Right.
And that's the odd thing. Sometimes teams just have your number.
And they were trying to run him out of New York, aren't they?
He ain't good enough.
He ain't good enough.
Yeah, he can't get it done.
That's
so,
amazing, man.
well, in the NFL, you're only as popular and good as your last couple games,
That's
and
right.
they don't remember stuff that happened back
exactly
in the
right.
day. But we're just getting started here on the Saturday Sports Countdown. Again, all of you out there on Facebook Live, you can comment. We'll start looking at some of your comments here in a little bit and talking about those if you got a question or anything. We'll be talking recruiting news for both Auburn and Alabama, as Alabama was in a battle with an odd opponent for a recruit with Princeton. And, you know, you don't hear that very often.
No, you don't.
But a very, very highly touted quarterback choosing between Princeton and Alabama will let you know where he went or what he decided to do there. But usually all of us, Auburn, Alabama, Florida, competing against all of us, or Texas or Southern Cal or somebody, you don't see us really competing against the Princetons of the world.
Yeah, you don't see Princeton in the mix too often, do you?
Maybe in basketball, but
Yeah.
not in football.
But not in football.
Not in football. So NBA talk this week. LeBron James comes out and pretty much puts an axe on all the talk of him going to what. Look, and I said it to a couple people online this week. I said, if they do that, I'm done with that league. If LeBron James, if he goes to the Warriors, I quit. And I think a lot of people, and that was the sentiment online. You know, it was almost too much Kevin Durant going that way.
Yeah, it was.
And I want to say this before we go to our first break. Got a couple minutes left here in the first segment. The reason Michael Jordan, in my opinion, is who he is that he stayed at one place. Now I know he went to the Wizards, but that was after his career was over.
Career was over, Brett,
that's right.
when he went to the Wizards. Though
LeBron James is hopping around and trying to match up with who he thinks can help him win another ring.
That's right.
And I give him credit. He won one in Cleveland.
He did.
He won a couple. Did he win 2 or 3 in Miami? Is it 2? I think he won 2.
I think it is too.
Okay, well, but look how he had to do it. And now, I mean, I don't know if there's any truth to it or not. To me, that's the separation between Michael Jordan and him. It's like, okay, we got our team up here. We can trade and we can add pieces, and the Bulls did over time.
Yes, they did.
To keep them competitive.
They did.
The question, and I'm not questioning LeBron James' ability. What I'm questioning is his ability to lead and to get people to turn and follow what he wants to do. Because in Cleveland last year, I mean, really in the finals was not competitive. This year, probably not going to make the finals.
Yeah.
If they continue to play the way
That's
they've
right.
played about as putrid since
they
Christmas
are. They are.
As you can. And then all this comes up of him wanting to maybe, and I don't know if that was just a rumor or what, but, you know, he's that superstar that wants to go and run and play with other superstars that can help him win a championship. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, and look, I'm not a big NBA guy, but I will say this. There's no question that LeBron James is the best player on the planet right now.
Yeah.
Now, you can get into all kind of comparisons and
Athletically.
yeah, athletically, there's no question.
Yeah.
And you can get into all kind of comparisons and do all that. But you make a great point. It always seems like he's trying to find the next group of guys that he can team up with to find a way to win him a ring.
And again, in unfair or fair comparison, there may not be anything to it, but usually when something like that comes out, there's some substance to it.
Well, you know, wherever there's the old saying, where there's smoke, there's fire.
That's right. And then, I mean, obviously he's going to come out and deny it right now in the current situation that he's in. But But anyway, we'll go ahead and take our first break here on the Saturday Sports Countdown. When we come back, well, we'll continue these discussions a lot more, start taking some of your comments out there on Facebook. Stay tuned. More of the Saturday Sports Countdown right after this.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. At Main Street Family Urgent Care, we want you to know one of the benefits of our clinic. We have a self-pay option that allows you to get the most out of your visit. That means you don't have to worry about receiving a large bill after your visit. $125 covers all in-house labs, stitches, x-rays, or injections, and we have a selection of antibiotics available in the clinic. We want you to feel better fast at Main Street Family Urgent Care, open 7 days a week in Alexander City across the street from Walmart. Feel better fast.
So Dave here is taking the family up to the lake for the weekend, but without the white knuckles this time. Because his new 2018 Ford F-150 has Blitz with trailer coverage. It's Brainiac smart. Not only does it watch your F-150's blind spots, it's got your trailer covered too. One less thing to spoil the weekend. No, it can't make the fish bite, but maybe they'll work on that. This is the new 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
If you're seeing the American cockroach, throw up the red flag. Ladybugs, throw up the red flag. Ants and swarming termites, throw up the red flag. And kudzu bugs, throw up the red flag. That's Red Flag Pest Control. So the caution is on. Call Red Flag Pest Control today.
I'm Scott Davis with Red Flag Pest Control, celebrating our 10th anniversary. Call me today, 256-825-0430.
Ready to put some fun in your life? Whether it's Central or East Alabama, North Alabama, West Georgia, or wherever you're from, Fun Carts of Opelika is your authorized E-Z-GO cart dealer that has no limits on a perfect E-Z-GO cart. Whether it's a fully customized cart or a stock-made cart, we'll deliver it on time and at the best price. Fun Carts gives you the service after the sale, so no matter if it's hunting, tailgating, motorhoming, fleet rental, or just a better way to get around, Fun Carts of Opelika has it and will customize it to your needs. Visit us in Opelika or call us or visit online for the best E-Z-GO carts. Put a little fun in your life with Fun Carts of Opelika.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Bice Motors in Alexander City. Brian and his crew offer the latest lines of Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, as well as the best used inventory around. Guaranteed lowest price. Bice.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Saturday Sports Countdown. Presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air, and sunshine is what we're looking for. I'm ready for the cold to get lost. I feel like I'm in Canada. But anyway, again, thanks for everybody out there tuning us in, either on Charter Channel 3 or 97.5 or on Facebook Live, where you can comment and stay interacting throughout the show. That's one of the things that we've enjoyed, Jeff, since we've gone and moved all our program to Facebook Live in conjunction is, the rule of thumb back in the day on call-in shows is if you call in one time and, you may call in to begin the show, but over a 2-hour span, you covering many topics. Well,
Yeah.
you may have input, want to add something to something down the line, but you were considered a weirdo if you called in twice.
Yeah, that's right.
Or something. Well, there's something wrong with that guy.
Yeah.
He didn't call in 3 times.
That's
today.
right.
But on Facebook Live, man, you can stay interacting with us throughout the whole show.
Yeah,
And
I think that's good. We don't want any Jim from Tuscaloosa that calls in 4 or 5 times.
But I mean, I guess it's just viewed differently. But you have those call-in shows, and we do take your calls here. Obviously, we'll take your calls on this show, 256-234-6221. But I mean, you just have that stereotype or that stigma. Like, hey man, there's something wrong with that guy. He been called in twice already. Yeah. But anyway, we'll shift over and let's start talking about some Auburn and Alabama basketball because. That is front and center stage right now. We had Jason Caldwell on from Inside the Auburn Tigers yesterday on Auburn Blitz, and he made a good point about this Auburn team and the way they play and just really the genetic makeup of the team and talking about Vanderbilt being the 14th team in the conference and Auburn being the best team in the conference right now and having a 2-game lead. You got to bring it every night though, and Vanderbilt. Comes in with a 13-game winning streak. Like you said before the show, what team didn't have some type of streak against Auburn?
That's right.
In the past, but Vanderbilt comes in with an 8-14 record. It's terrible, but all stretches should have won the game at Kentucky this past week.
And like you said, at Kentucky.
That's right.
At Kentucky.
In Rupp Arena.
Yeah, you don't do that.
And they basically gave it away.
Yeah, they did.
You're at the free throw line. You're up 1. You make the first one. There's 5 seconds to go. You miss the second one. The ball's loose. It's not a clean rebound. They're trying to go after it. All you pretty much basically got to do is just get out of the way. They're going to have a desperation heave from 3/4 court to try to get a basket. And one of Vanderbilt's players just runs over a Kentucky guy.
Yeah.
Sends them to the line with 3 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Goes up there, hits 2 free throws, sends it to overtime, and Kentucky does exactly what they do when you give them an extra life.
Yeah.
They beat you.
They beat you. No question.
20-2 on the season, though, Jeff, for this Auburn team. Nobody, and let me say that again, nobody saw this coming.
No. Bruce Pearl didn't see this coming. There's no question. And we follow each other on Twitter, and you've seen a lot of my tweets about Auburn basketball. I have studied this team, and I've watched this team at all their home games. And there's only one word that I come back to of why they're 20-2, and that's development. I don't think, Brett, that you can put it any other way. They lead the SEC in free throw shooting. Horrendous last year. They were playing all freshmen, which is a credit to players and coaches. Don't get me wrong, because those guys had to go in and work and get work done.
No, that's right. That's right.
You got another year of maturity. They defend the 3-point line as good as any team I've seen, and I may even go back as far as Billy Donovan's teams when he was at Florida on defending the 3-point line.
Yeah, and I want to bring up something since you brought that up about Auburn being able to defend outside in the perimeter. Jason's point was we're talking about weaknesses, and I asked him, what's his biggest concern if he's got a concern with this Auburn team coming down the stretch? He said, I don't know if there's a concern. He said, I think there's just basketball, and I think there's just.
I agree.
I think there is just sometimes you don't have a good matchup.
I agree.
He said that if you look at Temple and Alabama, he said they have long guys out on the perimeter. They have long guards, tall guys. We don't. We have short guys.
Correct.
We have small guys. We have fast guys.
Correct.
So our ability to pull and get the shot outside, when you saw what Alabama was able to do, up in our face, long, being able to stretch the court.
I agree.
And force us to play an inside game, which is not our style.
It's not us.
And we shot the ball poorly, and we lost the game. Only lost by 5.
Yeah.
Had the ball with only down 3 and make a bad pass, and Bryce Brown steps out of bounds. But the bottom line is, that's things that people have to understand. And one thing that is a concern for me for Auburn, and I do think it is a concern, if you look at the top 10, we'll go over. CBS actually released the top 25. They always release the AP on Monday. Well, since then, Oklahoma's lost twice, and so has West Virginia, and they're touting them as number 12 versus 15 today. Well, that ain't true.
Yeah.
Those two teams are not number 12 and 15 anymore.
They're not.
So the bottom line is you look at the top 10 teams, though, in this new CBS poll, they scare me because of their length.
Yeah.
And being able to – and I think we're going to struggle with that, Jeff,
Yeah.
in the tournament. Now, it's all about a draw, too.
Yeah,
it's all about where you position yourself and where you get into the tournament and what bracket you're in and who you're going to match up with.
I would agree with what you're saying about matching up with somebody that has length.
Purdue, for example.
Yeah, there's no question.
What in the world is that guy? I called him in the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game, Drago, by the way, inside. How we let that guy get out of the
You're
state
talking about Haas, right?
There's no question.
Yeah.
How did we let him get out of the state of Alabama?
I don't know.
But he is a dominant big man.
I think that was prior to Bruce.
Oh, it was. Well, Bruce was.
He had just gotten the job, but Haas had already
committed. Well, he had been solid with Purdue for a while, but I don't think Alabama recruited him either.
Was that Anthony Grant?
Yes, of course. I don't know if he recruited anybody.
I don't know.
And I know Tony Barbee.
Tony
Barbee blocked me from Twitter, so that may be one of the biggest milestones in my Twitter career, is that he got sick and tired of hearing me, and he blocked me. So, but anyway.
Well, to go back to your point, I do take comfort in knowing that I think Bruce Pearl is one of the better X's and O guys in the country.
I agree with that.
And I think he will find a way to adjust to.
He does.
Yeah,
that's what good coaches do.
Yeah.
Up against our next break, we come back. We'll keep these discussions going. Keep reading off your comments on Facebook. Stay tuned. More of the Saturday Sports Countdown right after this.
Ask what makes it the best 3 Series ever, and we'll tell you it has more advanced suspension and steering for even more control of the road. And it's near perfectly balanced to put performance first. But ask her for where the competition mimics us just to keep up? No comment. The BMW 3 Series.
Visit BMW of Columbus on Whittlesey Boulevard or shop bmwofcolumbus.com.
Homeowners all over Alabama have discovered that when you need your flooring clean, whether it's carpet, upholstery, or any manner of hard surfaces, there's no clean like Peaches and Clean. Serving Auburn, the Chattahoochee Valley, Montgomery, Birmingham, and the Lake Martin area. Call 866-837-6937. 866-837-6937. Or visit peachesandclean.com. Caring for your floor and a whole lot more.
There's no clean like Peaches and Clean.
TPE Power Equipment is now the trusted name for all your mower and power equipment needs. Whether it's our original Tallahassee location or Opelika location on Fredericks Road, we've got East Alabama covered with the best brands of mowers and power equipment from Husqvarna, Toro, Kawasaki, Echo, and Honda. Right now, get commercial strength Husqvarna zero-turn mowers with our fleet program that offers deep discounts, easy finance, and bonus handheld equipment in one solid package. TPE of Opelika and Tallahassee are the new standard of everything power equipment in East Alabama.
The Lennox iComfort S30 thermostat can sense changes in your environment. It even knows when you come and go. So now your home's most important system is also the smartest.
Farnell Mechanical gives you the smartest home comfort system available. It knows when you're away and adjusts when allergens and humidity get uncomfortable.
Trust Farnell Mechanical to provide perfect air for your family.
What perfect feels like. Lennox.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime at the all-new Opelika Ford and Opelika Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Every new and pre-owned vehicle, just $1 down. Plus credit amnesty. Bring home $350 a week, get up to $30,000 in credit.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
10 acres, 1,000 vehicles, just $1 down.
Folks,
You've just got to see this place.
The all-new Opelika Ford and Opelika Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Call 800-NEXT-RIDE.
Drivers, start your engine!
Green, green, green. Here we go, here we go. Time for racing. Go, go, go. Sunshine and a hot, slick track. Wow, that kid's having a blast. Go low, keep digging. Great job. What a perfect day for racing. That's what I'm talking about, boys.
The Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 will ignite all your senses, starting at just $39, and kids' tickets are just $10 at AtlantaMotorspeedway.com.
Man, that's Atlanta.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Advanced Heating and Air, your authorized East Central Alabama train dealer. Call Advanced Heating and Air. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Saturday Sports Countdown presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill, Sunshine Eating and Air. A couple comments we'll read off. First of all, Mark said he was driving through Nashville. Of course, the University of Tennessee, everybody in Tennessee is obsessed now with Jeremy Pruitt. He ain't coached a game yet, but they feel like he's the next guy, and that's going to bring them back. We talked about it during the break on Facebook Live. Is there going to be a conflict between Philip Fulmer and him? Because Philip Fulmer weaseled his way back into the mix up there. Whether he manipulated it to the point and continued to stay like a gnat on till he finally got back where he wanted to be.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Tennessee people that it's really 50-50. Half really are glad he's back because he was that last faction of hope and success that they had, and other are like, why can he just go away?
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's what Auburn people say about Pat Dye sometimes. Can he just go somewhere?
Yeah.
We appreciate you, Coach, for what you did while you were here and all the things that you did for us. But it'll be interesting to see what Jeremy Pruitt's able to do at Tennessee. It's going to take him a little bit, in my opinion, to get his feet on the ground. But will he have that cohesive relationship with his AD, Philip Fulmer, who don't know anything but how to be controlling?
Yeah.
He's a control guy. So,
and everybody loves you when you're 0-0. I mean, when you're 0-0, everybody loves you. And then when you go
0-2,
you go 0-2. The honeymoon starts to become over with.
Yeah.
But hey, I did see this, and I thought it was very interesting, and I'm pretty sure I'm accurate on this. Randy Sanders, you remember Randy Sanders?
Oh yeah, the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he finally got a head coaching job, and I think he's at I think it's East Tennessee State University.
Well, it took him forever.
It did take.
He's been offensive coordinator at Kentucky.
He's been at Kentucky. He's been at Florida State. He's been at Tennessee.
That's right. That's right.
But kudos to him for staying with it and finally got a head job.
Talking about Haas, Haas was played here in the state of Alabama. Luke said he was the son of a former Bama offensive lineman, Joe King. He just wanted to go out of state. Said he wouldn't have gone to Auburn nor Bama no matter what. That's basically what he told Luke. And I remember that. We called that game the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star, and he pretty much said that, look, he'd been committed and wanted to move on. But at that time, it was not the same situation with – Avery Johnson and Bruce Pearl.
I agree.
Not to say that he wasn't stuck with what he said.
Right.
But maybe those two guys able to maybe be a little bit more convincing to try to get him to come.
And you made this point off the air a while ago. Sometimes kids just want to leave home. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's sometimes they do need to leave home.
Yeah, in its best form. That's right.
Yeah.
You don't have to stay. So. The problem with Auburn and Alabama basketball forever, though, here in a downward state for the last decade or so, is that every good player that was worth a darn was leaving and getting out.
Going somewhere.
Wes said, did y'all hear Wimp go off on the guys on the round table on Jocks as well? I didn't hear it. You did.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to you about earlier. I was laughing. It was so funny. He was blistering those guys on the radio, and And I
Wimp sat right beside us every year.
That's right.
I mean, during the game.
Yeah, that's right. And he
Gumby Luke.
I guess they had made a comparison about Alabama's basketball team, and Coach Coleman may chime in, but via Facebook. But I think he had made a comparison about Alabama's basketball team and Ben Simmons when Ben was playing at LSU.
Yeah, and maybe not playing hard.
Yeah, not playing hard, acting like he very lackadaisical, acting like he didn't really care. And boy, Coach Sanderson was defending Alabama, and Coach Sanderson did say, and I will quote this, he said, Alabama will be in the NCAA tournament.
Well,
now, which leads me to say this to you. I really like Alabama's team. I really like Alabama, and I've watched them.
I like Herb Jones. I mean, we called Dejon Ingram in the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game, John Petty in the state championship. I mean, they've got a ton of great talent over there.
Yeah, they do. And
they're missing something, though, chemistry-wise.
Well, and I think they'll fix that. I think Coach Johnson will fix that. But here's what I like about that team. And Luke probably going to chime in and say, well, they got some upperclassmen on the team. Well, they do, but they're depending on Colin Sexton, John Petty, Alex Reese. And those guys are freshmen.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you recall, it was like riding a roller coaster with Auburn last year.
With all these freshmen.
With all the freshmen. And look what happened this year.
That's right.
So the only thing that concerns me about Alabama, and I've watched them several times, is when Colin Sexton is on the floor, it's almost like the other four are just standing there watching him to see what he's going to do or what he's going to create. When they played Auburn without him, man, their offense was like a fine oil machine.
I think they played about as good as they played all year.
Yeah, they have.
Luke said Phil was beginning to get demolished by Bama and Florida every year. Tennessee was on the way down with or without him. I talking about Philip Fulmer and going back to the conversation.
Yeah.
Jeremy Pruitt. I mean, here's the problem. Here's what it goes back to my original thought on Tennessee. I understand they were on the way down, but the crazy thing about Tennessee is they're not a chump program, and they've been very successful. That they haven't been able to right the ship in 20 years.
Yeah.
Why has it? Alabama's had its stretches of being down. Auburn's had definitely its share of being down.
No question.
But Auburn and Alabama can get it turned around.
Yeah.
Auburn can turn it around faster than anybody.
Yeah,
I mean, they've already proven you can go from the cellar to the top of the mountain in 1 year.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you go from that 2012 debacle to the way we played and where we ended up in 13 is amazing.
Yeah.
Why has it been? Why can't Tennessee? And I know that they haven't made maybe some of the best hires. I mean, Derek Dooley, not good. Lane Kiffin didn't work out up there.
No.
I mean, he seems to be catching his second wind as a head coach now.
Yeah.
But is it the culture? Is it Philip Fulmer? Is it his finger on the pulse and trying to manipulate all that kind of stuff? I don't know. I mean, there's a reason Tennessee hadn't been able to get over the hump.
Well, I think we're going to see. We're going to find out. And what I mean by that is with him being the AD and Jeremy Pruitt being the head coach, I heard a story not too long ago about Barry Alvarez at Wisconsin.
Hold that story because we got to go to break.
All right,
we can even talk about it on
Yeah.
Facebook Live
Yeah.
too. We're going to go ahead and take our next break. We come back, we'll keep these discussions going, take your comments and your calls. Stay tuned. More of the Saturday Sports Countdown right after this.
If you've been putting off that new heating and air unit in your home because of the upfront expenses, Williams Plumbing of Alexander City now has primary financing from Synchrony and can now install brand new heating and cooling systems with zero down, longer terms, and a competitive rate. Call Williams Plumbing at 256-329-8488 and get a free quote and terms and upgrade up to $35,000 in work with approved credit. Williams Plumbing stands behind their work with on-time affordable service for all your heating and air needs, as well as plumbing for zero down financing and great service. Williams Plumbing.
With the boat season winding down and the weather getting cooler, it's time to let Alex City Marine on Cherokee Road and winterize your boat and get ready for the off-season. The good guys can make all your off-season repairs, winterization, and upgrades easy and on budget. Remember, now's the best time for used boat prices and selection, and you can even pre-order next year's Landau pontoons and quality Suzuki outboards to get the perfect fit for next spring. Service, sales, and value all this off-season at the place the locals know, Alex City Marine. And don't forget to order your 2018 Manitou pontoons now.
Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance, you got to get to Gills. Selection and price, got to get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills. Cars that fit your budget. Service that no one around can beat. Stop by today and test drive the vehicle of your dreams. Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance you. Gotta get to Gills. Selection and price. Gotta get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills.
Bills Electric is your local expert for LED lighting retrofits for commercial and industrial applications. Bills Electric can survey your facility and develop lighting retrofit solutions utilizing the latest in LED technology and controls. In many cases, energy savings alone can generate a payback of 2 years or less. Additionally, LED lighting has an expected lifespan of up to 100,000 hours. Call the Lamborns today at 256-234-4555.
New year, new you.
It's the Start Something New sales event going on now at Bice Motors in Alex City.
It's cold outside,
but the deals are hot inside.
Save up to $13,000 on remaining 2017 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Laramie 4x4.
If you ain't happy,
ain't nobody happy.
2018 Jeep Cherokee Latitude Package, only $19,700.
On the web at BiceChryslerDodge.com.
At A&M Plumbing, you can count on us for dependable, quality service. Our staff is professional, neat, clean, and courteous. We're a fully licensed and insured plumbing company. Call on A&M Plumbing for any plumbing, sewer, or septic problems. We provide a comprehensive line of plumbing repair and installation services to keep your home's plumbing systems in top order. When you need plumbing service, call on the professionals at A&M Plumbing. Service at its best, when you need it most.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Dark Insurance, offering insurance for all your personal needs, including auto, boat, homeowners, and disability. Don't be in the dark. Call Dark Insurance at 256-234-5026.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Saturday Sports Countdown presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill. Sunshine, heating in there, yeah, Michael. Somebody's got to sit by the Alabama helmet up here when it ain't Luke. So I drew that straw today, so I'm sorry. We can't move it around. Luke had some really good points about Tennessee's inherent disadvantages as maybe not being in they're the state school, but not being in a strong football state and having to compete nationally. And when Florida and Alabama kind of got successful overnight and really started dominating, it killed them. Luke also had something to say with you. Bama Hoops has issues with teams that can slow it down. See Texas, Mizzou, Central Florida, Georgia. Even though UA not as good as Auburn, they have a better chance to beat them because of style. Well, I don't want to bring up old stuff. Talking about the 2000s.
Yeah. I can see that a little bit. I can. One thing that I have been impressed with, though, is Auburn can milk that shot clock down to 4 seconds before they, let it go. But their mojo is to get that sucker out and go with
That's
it.
right.
And Luke's got a good point.
Well,
there
he
about
does,
that.
and they present a problem again. I don't think Luke was tuned in when we were.
Yeah, their
length on the perimeter calls Auburn. Long guys on the top, long guards, create a matchup problem for Auburn's because Auburn's have smaller guards.
Yeah.
Bryce Brown Jared Harper and
Yeah.
Davion Mitchell are smaller guys.
Yeah.
They're quicker guys, but that plays into Alabama's hands
Right.
because they want
Right.
to play the up and down
Right.
style of basketball just like we do. So it's like Jason Caldwell said yesterday. It's not really a concern to him about Auburn coming down the stretch. It's just basketball sometimes. It's just there are matchups that aren't favorable.
That are not good for you. There's no question about it. You can look on paper, and you can even do it at the high school level. You can look on paper and you can go, this is a terrible matchup for us.
That's right.
And
you got, that's where the coaching comes in. That's where you got to be able to say, all right, this doesn't favor us. We may have a lot better record. We may have, this, that, and the other, but this does not favor us to win this game if we don't go out and play above our heads.
Yeah.
And that's what Auburn's going to have to do.
Well, let's jump back to Tennessee for a minute.
Let's do it.
And let me bring up this point about Barry Alvarez. I read a story not too long ago that basically was saying, and I'm getting to the point of that you brought up, was Philip Fulmer going to let Jeremy Pruitt be Jeremy Pruitt?
Yeah.
Barry Alvarez, if you are the head coach at Wisconsin, you're going to run somewhat of what he has done at Wisconsin offensively.
Really?
Yes. You're going to do that.
That's crazy.
It may not be exactly what he did, but you're
a lot of the base of it.
Yeah, you're going to run because that's what he believes in, and he thinks that that's successful. And well, this past season was pretty good, wasn't it?
It was pretty good. It didn't get them into the playoffs.
No, but
But it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't give Wisconsin credit because of their schedule.
Yeah.
A lot of different things, a lot of different ways to look at that. I'm going to say this about that. I have a problem with that.
Well,
and
I do too.
And the reason I have a problem with that is that you were hired to be a coach when you were hired to be a coach, and I understand you've done a lot for the program.
Yeah.
And the program maybe not would be where it is without you.
Yeah.
But you got to cut the ties at some point.
Well,
when can you? Why can you start dictating to a new guy coming in how he's going to run his program?
Yeah. Well, you make a good point, because if I'm the head coach,
but maybe Wisconsin boosters and trustees are bought into that process.
Yeah, but you know what? If I'm the head coach, but you got to go back and what's the guy? Is it Christ? Is that?
Yeah, Paul Christ.
Okay. Did he play for Barry Alvarez?
I don't know. Did he play Wisconsin?
I'd have to research that.
Yeah.
But my point is,
I'm sure Luke knows. He'll probably tell us.
He'll tell us. But my point is if I'm the head coach, I'm going to coach it like I want to.
Well,
and if you're going to try to dictate, then you don't need me. You just come on back out there on the field and do it yourself.
Well, if you're going to do that, and that's a good point. You don't need that. I mean, that really hampers. That's really affecting whether you're successful or not. But if it's told to them up front coming into the situation that, look, this is what we're going to do, I just don't see that being a good matchup, a good marriage out of the gate.
No.
When you feel like you need to tell the guy that's starting to come in to take your program over that he's got to do it this way.
Well, maybe that's why they try to keep it within the family, so to speak.
Maybe they do. I think Alabama learned that the sooner you can get out of the family, the better. And Auburn's starting to learn that a little bit as well.
Well, that was a no-brainer for Alabama, wasn't it?
No question.
Golly, boom.
So the 12th hour for Alabama football, that's serious, man. I mean,
It
that's
really
a serious
is.
story. I mean, because if Nick Saban decides not to come to Alabama right there at the end, who do they end up with? Well, Rich Rodriguez.
He'd already turned him down.
Well, his wife did.
Well, I understand that.
I mean, that's who I think he was offered the job before.
Yeah.
He played at Wisconsin, but not for Alvarez.
Okay.
So Paul Chris did play.
Okay.
Lord, I didn't know anybody ever coached up there.
I didn't either. I thought that man had been up there 100 years.
Well, Auburn had to play them in the in the Outback Bowl a few years ago when the coach, they had a coaching change.
Didn't he do that twice?
He came in. Yeah, he's done it twice. He got back on the sideline
and beat us like we stole
Maybe
something.
he don't need to leave. Maybe he just needs to stay down there. So, but anyway, that's about par for the course, it seems like a lot of times with us. But some interesting stuff here, talking about programs and talking about coaches and how they dictate and the powers behind the curtain, the Wizard of Oz curtain behind the Wizard.
Yeah.
With, who's really controlling who has control.
Yeah.
A lot of times we talk about it at Auburn this past year. Gus Malzahn said, "I've cut ties. I'm not calling offense," but it's like, yeah, I don't quite buy that.
Yeah.
You still got your hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this is Chip Lindsey's offense that he's calling. So, I mean, there's that's on another level, but we're kind of hopping around everywhere. But anyway, talked about that with Tennessee and Jeremy Pruitt based off of Mark's comment, how they're excited about Jeremy Pruitt being the new head coach at Tennessee. Of course, obviously so. When you get a new guy and a pedigree like him, he hasn't been a head coach, but he's won national championships and competed at Georgia, Florida State, and now and Alabama before he's there. So he's got a good resume. We're up against our next break. We come back, we'll talk about this Auburn-Vanderbilt matchup. Haven't gotten into that yet. We'll talk about this Auburn-Vanderbilt matchup when we come back. Stay tuned. More of the Saturday Sports Countdown right after this.
Why buy your next car from Lynch Nissan of Auburn?
U.S. AmeriBank, there's something very different at the heart of what we do and who we are. It's a spirit that also defines our neighbors, local businesses, and communities. Building on our 116-year history in Alabama, U.S. AmeriBank provides something found nowhere else: craft banking. It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions that turns customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit usameribank.com or your local branch to discover the U.S. AmeriBank difference. U.S. AmeriBank. Banking on values. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
At Chicken Salad Chick, we understand the holidays can get hectic. That's why we've got your holiday party needs wrapped up with a pretty bow on top. From takeout to full service, we cater to any crowd this holiday season. Grab your favorite quick chicks or side items to go, or please your guests with a chicken salad sandwich platter, pimento cheese jingle ball, or pumpkin cheesecake. We believe you should focus on making the memories while you let Chicken Salad Chick make the food. Now go enjoy it. Chicken Salad Chick, born in Alabama and serving the best chicken salad around.
I'm Jimmy Goree with Goree's Furniture. We would like to invite you to come shop our huge selection of furniture. But if you don't have time, we have over 2,000 items you can have shipped directly to your home. Go to GoreesFurniture.com, look for 48-hour quick ship. Shop, click, ship, it's just that easy. You can shop us here, or you can shop us online, only at Goree's Furniture.
Your expressway to saving.
What's different about Hyundai of Auburn? Beautiful cars built here from parts made here. That's jobs and tax money.
And right now, Max, record low finance plans. 0% interest and $42.50 cash to spend with no budget busting repairs for a full 10 years. Drive a new Hyundai today. Check it out, HyundaiofAuburn.com.
And my Max Markdown deals. Tell them Max sent you. I might get a bonus.
Max, you're not real.
What?
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Satterfield on Highway 280 in Alex City. Satterfield is the Lake Martin area's Big Green Egg and Accessories headquarters.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Saturday Sports Countdown presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill. And Sunshine Heating and Air, talking about, hey, fishing, man. We'll talk about that maybe in the second hour.
Okay.
Elite tournament coming up next week's huge event on Lake Martin. There's a big high school tournament going on. That's what's going on today. The weekend series last week was the Wind Creek Trail. But look, Jeff, I fished in many conditions like this. I know you have. You just have to get your motorcycle helmet out, put it on.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready to roll down the lake, man.
Yeah. I can remember fishing one time at Lake Seminole, and I had a little old boat, had about a 70 Nissan on it. and this guy came by me with a motorcycle helmet on. He about washed us up on the bank there. I thought, maybe I'm at the wrong place, I think.
I tell you, Lake Seminole's a different breed.
It is. That hydrilla down there is unreal.
It is. And the way you have to navigate the markers.
Oh, I mean, man, it was like you were riding on a street, and all of a sudden you had another street that turned right.
That's what you have to do.
I mean,
you
it was
better
crazy.
Turn down the street too.
You sure better.
You better not get off road.
No.
We'll go back and talk about this Auburn-Vanderbilt matchup. Don't look at the records. Auburn is number 1 in the conference. Vanderbilt's last. Vanderbilt's 2-7, only 2 conference wins for the Commodores. And you look at their really, LSU was one of them. I don't know exactly who the other one was, but I do know they beat LSU a couple weeks ago. But only 2-7 in the conference. Should have beaten Kentucky.
Yeah.
Had that game won and let it get away from them.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on Vanderbilt coming in a 13-game winning streak against Auburn?
Well, I told you earlier, if Auburn's not ready to play, they lose tonight. That's just bottom line. I mean, that's
it can be that way anytime.
That's where we are in the SEC in basketball. If you're not ready to play, you can lose. I think, and which is a strength for Auburn. I think they will have to do a really good job of defending the 3, and I think they're going to have to contain LaChance. I mean, that kid is really a really good player,
good.
And and I think Auburn's going to. I think they're going to try to fly up and down the floor. I would look, and I don't know and don't do their scouting report, but I would look for Auburn to continue their token backcourt pressure, just to try to
disrupt.
Yeah, try to stymie or disrupt Vanderbilt and getting into a set or getting into a pattern.
Sure.
But I agree that if they're not ready to play, they could lose.
That could go on any of these games.
Yeah.
If you look at the rest of the schedule for Auburn, tonight obviously against Vanderbilt, then you got Texas A&M coming in on Tuesday, actually on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Texas A&M playing better right now. They were predicted to finish to the top of the conference.
Yeah.
But battled through some injuries and has struggled a bit, but here recently played a little bit better. So they come to your place, and then you got to go to Georgia, which, I mean, Georgia just beat Florida in Georgia.
That's right.
Then you got Kentucky coming in on Valentine's
Sweetheart night.
There you go, Sweetheart night. Valentine's night, Kentucky comes in. Then you end at South Carolina, Alabama coming to Auburn, at Florida, at Arkansas, and then South Carolina home. I mean, that's the upper echelon of the conference.
Well,
minus Tennessee.
It was when I looked at that, the first thing that popped in my head was Amen Corner, that football has to go.
That's exactly what that is.
Because that's brutal right there.
It is.
And I don't care if it's home or on the road. That's brutal. You know what you're gonna get when you play a Frank Martin team. They're gonna be physical.
They're playing better.
And they're playing better. You know what you're gonna get when you play a Florida team.
Down there
in Gainesville.
I mean, that's
so you know what you know what Alabama's already beaten you one time.
About at Arkansas,
you got to go to that.
I mean,
what is that, Bud Walton?
Yeah,
you got to go to Bud Walton. You know what that's going to be like.
That's right.
So their schedule is, but I like the way that Coach Pearl is handling this by saying we're going to play one game at a time.
That's it.
And you can't start
That's right.
snooping down the schedule to see
That's
what's
right.
going to happen.
9 games left.
Yeah.
And Auburn's sitting here with it all in front of them, a 2-game lead in the conference. But with that brutal of a schedule coming down the stretch, again, you're going to lose a few, I believe, in that stretch, obviously. And here's the thing, though: Tennessee and Kentucky are the teams with that Auburn has a 2-game lead over. Florida's actually 15-7, so they're 4 back or 5 back rather. Tennessee and Kentucky are going to lose some more too.
Oh yeah,
there's just there's no doubt in my mind. But Tennessee
Tennessee
is really playing good basketball right now.
Oh, they really are. And you got to, even though Florida gets beat at Georgia, you got to watch out for Florida, because when you got
But weren't they picked to win the league, or Kentucky was?
I think it was Kentucky, Florida. But Chiozza, and to me, you look at the teams that are in the upper, and it all starts at the point guard. I mean,
it does.
Auburn. I can't think of the kid's name at Tennessee, but he does a masterful job running their stuff.
That's the quarterback of the basketball.
Yeah. Of course, Kentucky. So yeah, it's not a very favorable schedule as you close out the season.
No, it's not. And so through 9 games, Auburn's 8-1. How will they do in the last 9?
That's right.
And so I predicted them to lose. I predicted them to lose 4 of the last 9. So I mean, that was a 5-4 mark. So, but that's what you look at, is you got to go to South Carolina, to Arkansas, to Florida, Kentucky, and Alabama at home. I mean, it's a very, very, very tough road for this team. And if Auburn doesn't shoot the ball well, and they have a matchup problem, which they will with some of these teams coming down the stretch. I mean, it's just the law of averages.
Well, that puts them at 13-5, and I think Bruce said that 13-5 may win the conference.
Yeah. Well, I think that's where it'll be.
Yeah, and that's is the guy that predicted 4-14. Is he gonna call in today?
I don't he said he was. We had something else to do, so we're gonna be able to
I mean, come on now. How do you do stuff like that?
Well, I'm going to tell you this. There's a lot of people that probably, I don't think it would be that extreme.
I don't know about 4-14.
4-14, no. But, I mean, hey, sometimes it can be that kind of stuff that motivates you to do what you're doing.
That's right. I agree.
That looks pretty stupid.
Yeah, it does.
So, but a lot of people didn't see coming the way Auburn's playing right now, for sure. We're up against the top of the hour break. When we come back, hour number 2 of the Saturday Sports Countdown coming your way right after this.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
At U.S. AmeriBank, there's something very different at the heart of what we do and who we are. It's a spirit that also defines our neighbors, local businesses, and communities. Building on our 116-year history in Alabama, U.S. AmeriBank provides something found nowhere else: craft banking. It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions that turns customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit usameribank.com or your local branch to discover the U.S. AmeriBank difference. U.S. AmeriBank. Banking on values. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control company for a generation, and now we're proud to announce our new name, EnviroCare. You can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs, and EnviroCare's exclusive Sentricon termite colony elimination system that provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. The EnviroCare Sentricon termite protection protects your home year-round. Call the professionals of EnviroCare throughout Central East Alabama. Call for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home home or business.
A1 Four Seasons, a division of Jackson Refrigeration, is Central Alabama's Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer. With the summer months approaching, the temperatures are rising, and so will your power bill if you don't have one of the latest 410A heat pumps. With R22 Freon prices on the rise, now is the time to make the switch to a new, more efficient unit that will save you hundreds of dollars on your yearly power bill. Call A1 Four Seasons at 256-234-4457.
What's behind the CA?
A world full of opportunities.
Where are you now? Where are you going?
Where do you want to be?
These are all important in determining your path in life.
More importantly, why be ordinary
when you can be extraordinary?
At Central Alabama Community College, you can be anything you wish to be.
Don't put your future on hold and don't settle for less than excellence.
We are Central Alabama Community College.
Central to you.
Central to your success.
And I know when I need it, I can count on you. Like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah.
You can count on the caring team at Brown Nursing and Rehabilitation. Our services include physical, speech, and occupational therapy. Brown Nursing and Rehabilitation, 256-329-9061.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Alex City Marine, the Lake Martin area's premier new and used boat and motor dealership. Find out more at alexcitymarine.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Saturday Sports Countdown presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air. Glad you joined us out there and tuning us in. We'll flip over now and talk a little bit about Alabama's basketball program as they, no other way to put it, very disappointing to allow Missouri to come in and beat you at home in midweek. And they've got Florida today at 3 o'clock in Gainesville. So a tough road game, obviously, for Alabama coming off a disappointment to Missouri. At home. So your thoughts right now as Alabama, if you look at their stretch, they got to go to Florida, to Mississippi State, then they get a tough Tennessee at home. They get LSU at home, which is a good deal for them. Then they got to go to Kentucky, to Auburn back-to-back. And then they got Arkansas and Florida at home and Texas A&M on the road. They've got a brutal stretch.
Oh,
I'm talking about a brutal stretch.
There's nothing easy about that schedule either. I mean, it just – What excites me is just how well the conference is all the way around.
That's right.
And you're going to have brutal schedules when you got
that many good teams.
It was a disappointing loss. They have been so inconsistent. It's been like riding a roller coaster. And Auburn was the same way last year now. The same
That's
way.
Right.
They would play hard one game, and then the next game it was almost like, do these guys even care that they're out here?
Yeah.
And that's some of the stuff I see that Alabama's having to go through this year.
Yeah, just a lot of youth on the team, a lot of good players on the team, obviously, and we've named off most of those guys, but they're sitting at 14-8. I know Wimp, and we talked about this early in the show, kind of went off on the guys on Jocks, and pretty confident that Alabama's going to make the tournament. But they're sitting at 14-8 right now, and they got some tough games ahead. I mean, do you see them as a lock in the tournament? Right?
I don't see them as a lock. I think 500 in the conference is going. My opinion is going to be the magic number. And I don't. What is Alabama right now in the conference? They 5-4.
Well, Alabama is 5-4. Right?
5-4. So
they got 9 games left too.
So they would have to go. I would say they would need to go 5-4 again.
Well,
which
they got to just win 4 games.
Yeah,
they just got to win 4 more games.
4 more games, or if that would be. I'm thinking 500.
I get them to 18 wins.
That would get them to 18 wins. Put them at 500, and if they go to the tournament and win a couple in the tournament, I think they would get in.
Yeah. You know, a lot of that's depending on too how you do in that tournament. If you're on the birds, on the bubble type tournament.
Yeah, if you're on the bubble, that's right.
SEC tournament and solidify yourself.
Yes, that's exactly right.
The standings as they stand right now: Auburn in first, obviously with a 2-game lead. Kentucky, Tennessee, Florida, all three at 6-3. Alabama at 5-4. Arkansas, Georgia, Mississippi State, and Missouri and South Carolina, all 4-5.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them sitting right there in the middle of the road.
Right there, that's exactly right.
LSU's putrid at 3-6. A&M's 3-6, which is shocking to a lot of people. They're 14-8 overall, but 3-6 in the conference. And Vanderbilt is by far the worst team, the only team with a losing record. They're 8-14 and 2-7 in the conference.
Did A&M start out 0-4 in the conference, or 0-3, or 0-4 in the conference?
I think so.
And you know what's interesting about A&M right now with Billy Kennedy? You remember Don Maestri, that was the longtime coach at Troy?
Yes.
He's at Texas A&M.
Really?
He's an assistant to. He's an advisor. He's not a full-time assistant, but if you watch them play, wherever Kennedy's chair is, Don Maestri's right. If I'm not mistaken, Billy Kennedy's a Louisiana boy, and so is, I know Coach Maestri's a Louisiana guy too. So there's a tie there. Yeah,
got a connection there. So a very tough road for both Auburn and Alabama. Again, this matchup though for Alabama at Florida today, so it's not a not winnable game though for Alabama on the road.
No, it is not. And depending on if the Alabama team that shows up that beat Oklahoma and beat Auburn, they probably will beat Florida today.
That's right. Not the team that showed up against Missouri.
Not the team that showed up against Missouri.
Good points. So Alabama 107th in field goal percentage in the country, 257th in three-point shooting, only shooting 33.3% from behind the arc, 225th in points scored, and 129th in rebounds. And I would have thought they would have been ranked a little higher than that in the rebounding category.
Because of their length.
Because of their length.
Exactly.
So total rebounds per game is right at 36 all the way around. Auburn's numbers, 162nd in field goal percentage at 44.9. Auburn is 62nd in the country in three-point shooting at almost 40%. Points scored, they're 31st in the country, and total rebounds, Auburn, this is a shocking thing. Auburn's 22nd, the best number they've got on the board is their rebounds. 39 point, now almost 40 rebounds a game.
That's right.
And they're the 300 and something smallest team in the country.
Yeah. That right there is proof that rebounding is more about heart than it is about height.
McLemore's leading the conference in blocks. He's 6'7". Now I know 6'7" to me and you's tall.
Yeah, but not in the SEC.
No, not in any league.
No.
6'7".
Well, what about Deshaun Murray at 6'3"?
I know. He does not play 6'3".
Is he the next Charles Barkley, that just smaller?
There's no question.
I mean, come on now. I was watching him in the last game. He has an unbelievable knack of knowing where the ball is going to come down off of a rebound and getting to the spot.
And that's part of it.
And that is part of it.
Some people have a hidden talent like that.
There's no question.
Able to make plays. Justin had a question for you, Coach. How do you think Auburn finishes out the conference season? We just talked about it. I said I think Auburn loses 4 games. And
so you're saying 5-4
coming down the stretch.
Coming down the stretch, and I'm gonna say 6-3.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 6-3.
Is Auburn's success more players or coaching?
I think it's a combination. I think it's a combination of both. Again, I'm gonna go back to that word development.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's helping. Who did they bring in? Kyle Macy to help them with free throws?
Well, I hate to say this. Chuck Person was hired to coach defense, and he didn't do worth the darn while he was there. And then our defense has gotten 10 times better since he left.
Well, you've seen a lot of quotes like I have saying, is Bruce finally back coaching? You know, instead of delegating. You know,
That's right.
but
that happens to a lot of coaches.
that does, and man, Coach Adler and Coach Pruitt and the other Coach Pearl. I mean, he's got those guys are having to grind, man, because I know they got
pick up the slack.
I know they got 2 guys that have, but think about this: Coach Pruitt was not an assistant.
Oh, I know. He just got busted up into an interim assistant.
Exactly,
job,
so. and Stephen had just moved in to an assistant's role.
Very, very small under staff. Up against the break, we come back. We'll keep this rolling. It is Super Bowl weekend, believe it or not. I know a lot of people don't think about it. We ain't talked about it hardly at all this week. Stay tuned. More of the Saturday Sports Countdown right after this.
Now is the best time to see the good guys the locals know, Alex City Marine. With last year being our best year yet, Landau Pontoons has increased Alex City Marine's allocation of Landaus for the 17 season. Our Suzuki outboard selections are at an all-time high. Alex City Marine is now also Lake Martin's exclusive Manitou pontoon dealer with a full line of the luxurious Manitou Tri-Tune with patented V-Tune technology for top performance. Get the best selection now of Landau and Manitou pontoons. Alex City Marine, Lake Martin.
Whether it's a dream house or corporate real estate, Concrete has the skill, expertise, and talent to exceed your expectations. Trust Concrete to build a foundation for your future. Our work ethic and dedication are always in keeping the competition on their toes. We specialize in residential and commercial development in the Coosa, Talladega, and Shelby County areas. Call us today for your next project, 256-245-4211, or check us out on the web at con-crete.com.
There is a strength inside you, unknown and imperfect, waiting. And when you think you have nothing left to give, when each obstacle in your path is more formidable than the last, that's when you'll find it. And with that strength, your greatness will have no limits.
Hi, this is Quinn Harrelson with Interlink Mortgage in Auburn, Alabama. There are 1,000 different questions people ask me every day about mortgage loans. They ask about buying investment homes, primary homes, and even second homes at the lake or the beach. I only have a limited time to say, call me and let's talk about what you want and how I can help you get it. Again, win with Quinn and call me today at 256-675-6259 so I can help structure a mortgage that best fits you and your family's needs.
New year, new you.
It's the Start Something New sales event going on now at Bice Motors in Alex City.
It's cold outside,
but the deals are hot inside.
Save up to $13,000 on remaining 2017 Ram 1500 Crew Cab Laramie 4x4.
If you ain't happy,
ain't nobody happy.
2018 Jeep Cherokee Latitude Package, only $19,700.
On the web at BiceChryslerDodge.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Saturday Sports Countdown, presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air. Auburn actually on the board out in Las Vegas now with odds. You can actually get odds you can get odds on basically anybody, but like legit odds, Auburn's up there to win the national championship in basketball now. Everybody check their pulse for a second.
That's crazy right there now.
66-1 odds.
Yeah.
For Auburn.
Yeah.
And if they get better, those odds are only going to go up.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know, let's don't skirt this.
Michael Ward said wheels only fall off the Gus bus.
Let's
Unfortunately, I think you're right.
Yeah. Let's don't skirt this issue since we're talking Auburn basketball. What's going to happen when this is all said and done with the FBI?
Well, this is what we talked about, and I'm going to use this, and probably a lot of you that have seen Auburn Blitz this week are going to say, well, you use this for the third time. You remember the old childhood book? There's a monster at the end of this book, Grover.
Yeah.
You know, it was Grover with Sesame Street, and
yeah.
You know, every time you flip the page, you know, Grover's like, "Don't turn the page.
Yeah,
I don't want to get to the end because there's a monster." And he flipped to the end. You finally flip to the end of the book, and it's him.
Yeah.
He's the monster because he is a monster.
Yeah.
He didn't really think of himself as that.
Right.
That's where Auburn fans are with every game that passes this year. Auburn fans were excited that Vanderbilt's tonight, but then we're like, "Oh, that's one game closer to the end of the year." It's that situation that's still in the room with us, that we can't sit here and fully enjoy a 20-2 season because there's so much uncertainty after the season's over. And here's the thing. I don't think there's any doubt, unless we have a wheels fall off thing with like Gus, that Bruce Pearl will be the SEC Coach of the Year. Hey, and let me go one step further.
He may be National Coach of the Year.
There's no question about it because you look at some of the analysts on some of the national talk. They're already etching Bruce Pearl into that position already.
They sure are.
It is a legit possibility that Bruce Pearl could be the National Coach of the Year. Auburn could get a number 2, maybe in a pie-in-the-sky scenario, a number 1 seed, and be fired at the end of the year.
Yeah. Well,
how does that work?
Here's my take on it. Kind of two points I want to make. And I think I talked to you about both of them maybe a couple of days ago, before I even knew I was going to come out here.
Yeah.
First point. The NCAA, they lollygag around
like they always have.
And they're going to wait.
Except for Penn State.
Yeah, except for Penn State. Exactly.
Where they handled that terribly too, by the way.
Yeah, that was a dumpster fire.
Yeah, there's no question.
That's what that was. The FBI, they don't wait on anybody.
Well, no, they don't have to.
So my point being is, if Bruce Pearl if there's a problem, don't you think the FBI would already come and got?
That's what I said yesterday on the show.
Got him.
I said the one hope, the one good thing that you're sitting there hoping for, is that if he was implicated in something and knowledgeable about something, but here's the difference there, Jeff. He may not have so unquote called committed a crime, but he could have known about what went on, which implicates him on the NCAA side and university side, which means that he's responsible for that.
Okay.
So that's the difference in those two. From a legal standpoint, he may not have anything standing against him because he didn't do anything.
Right.
He wasn't involved in it. But the new NCAA rule makes him responsible for whatever goes on in his program, whether he legitimately knew about it or not. So I think that's where the holdup is.
I'm going to say this. I have been told by a very reliable source, and I can't do it. I can't name them on TV or radio.
That's fine.
That Chuck Person said to this person that Bruce Pearl knew nothing about what was going on.
Well, I'm going to tell you this.
And you know, you and I can sit out here and we can battle back and forth and we can hash it out and rumors are going to be rumors. We won't ever really know what the truth is until it may not.
And I said that yesterday, we may never know.
May never know. It may all come out in the wash and we still may never know.
That's right.
But, you know, and then my second point is every time he wins a game, that makes it more difficult for the powers that be. They'll have an uprising down there if they fire Bruce Pearl.
Yeah, I agree with you up until the point where if something comes out
that would be detrimental to the program.
That was known that he knew and was directly involved.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, again, it goes back to what I said. I understand the NCAA's reasoning behind, because because it would be easy for coaches to use that as, well, I didn't know that was going on.
Oh no, I get all that.
And to sell assistants out. I understand.
I get all that.
But on the flip side, there's no way humanly possible you can know exactly what's going on.
No way.
24/7 with every one of your assistants and
No
every
way.
one of your players.
No
now
way.
you can implement a set of standards and rules.
Yeah.
And all you can do when they're not around you is hope that they're abiding by those.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know, Bruce may not have known that, hey, Chuck was out there dealing with Purefoy and Wiley, and he told Chuck, hey, yeah, you need to go and do what we got to do to solidify their commitment to us, and we want you to do it within the bounds or whatever, however he needs to say it. But from that point on, when he turns loose of that and gives that to ex-coach, whoever that is, Chuck Person being the one in this case, to handle that situation, you just got to trust that he's going to do it the right way.
Yeah, yeah.
Either that or you know he's going to do it underhandedly and you're just going to turn a blind eye.
But we got to go back to this too, Brett. The dealings that Chuck Person had with Wiley and Purefoy had zero to do with them coming to Auburn. It is strictly based on he was out there trying to, I don't want to use he was out there trying to secure an agent.
Yeah, I know.
And a financial planner.
I know, to the NBA.
To the NBA.
That's right.
That's what he was.
It didn't have anything to do with them coming to Auburn.
That had nothing to do with them coming to Auburn.
Yep.
Now, I've talked to a local attorney that told me point blank, I can't find where he's broken the law.
Who, Chuck Person?
Yes. Now, you know, I'm not an attorney, so I don't really know.
Yeah.
You know, but that was what was told to me.
It's interesting stuff. I don't know. It's definitely going to be a story that we continue to follow every single week on this program and Auburn Blitz. As like I said, the monster at the end of the book. We get there to the end of the book, something's going to have to happen. We'll have to know something.
Yeah.
We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll continue talking about Auburn and Alabama basketball. We're going to shift gears and talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. Stay tuned. More of the Saturday Sports Countdown right after this.
The door's open, the beer's cold, and the biscuits are hot at Foshee Sportz on Dable Road in Alexander City. Fishing season is in year-round and live bait is available. Non-ethanol gas is available along with propane and pellet ice. So come on by and see what we're all about, where the kitchen is open Monday through Friday early at Foshee Sportz on Dable Road in Alexander City. And tell them old Katie sent you right here from the front porch, WAXC TV.
Hi.
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a Trusted Choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
Did your team just win the big game? Are you looking for a unique way to honor a valuable employee? Lila's Engraving has you covered, offering a large selection of custom trophies and plaques. Lila's also offers cast aluminum car tags, custom engraved wine glasses, clocks, and wood cutting boards. They even offer custom framing for any art or picture as well. Lila's combines the best quality items with the fastest service around. With over 27 years of experience in the Alexander City and Lake Martin areas, Lila's Engraving is your only choice for custom awards and engraved gifts. Always remember, winners choose Lila's.
LMG Advertising Agency offers a comprehensive marketing solution tailored to each of our clients' needs. We are a full-service marketing firm offering website design and development, video production, social media marketing, search engine optimization, and overall branding that includes logo design, brochures, mailouts, and more. Our experienced team of marketing professionals would love to come up with a marketing strategy that will deliver results for you and your business. Learn more at lmgadagency.com or call today to start at 256-825-0197.
Whether it's a walk-off home run, a game-winning touchdown, or a buzzer beater, make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup. Located in downtown Sylacauga and a short drive from Highway 280, Jay's has the food you're looking for. Whether it's wings, fingers, burgers, or salads, they have it all. Come bring your family for a great meal, come hang out with your friends for the big game, or call them at 256-207-0700 to place your order. Make sure Jay's Sports Grill is in your lineup.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control company for a generation, and now we're proud to announce our new name, EnviroCare. You can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs, and EnviroCare's exclusive Sentricon termite colony elimination system that provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. The EnviroCare Sentricon termite protection protects your home year-round. Call the professionals of EnviroCare throughout Central East Alabama. Call for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Peaches and Clean, caring for your floors and a whole lot more in East Central Alabama.
I'm almost positive.
It may have been.
I'm serious now. I remember it because I remember it being in a basketball uniform. I'll have to go back and check it, but I know Clifton Robinson.
You know what? I think you're right.
Didn't Tim Duckworth come out there too? Big offensive lineman?
I can't remember.
I'm telling you, all of them. It's like they just said, look, that's where Auburn basketball was at one point in time. He's just sticking people out there. You know, you would think in a university the size of these universities that you could find 5 guys back in the day could play some basketball.
Yeah.
But I played against a lot of those guys in intramural. The football players, they could play, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were SEC caliber, but when you got Clifton Robinson and Tim Duckworth and Edens and all them coming over from football to join your basketball team, I don't think you really got much hope of winning anything. But
welcome back to the.
Well, we just picked right on up.
We just picked right on up.
Picked right on up mid-conversation. But, about 30 minutes left in today's show. Again, we want to thank all of you for tuning in out there each and every Saturday. We'll be back on the air with you on Monday for more Auburn Blitz, and every day, Monday through Friday, from noon to 1, your lunch hour out there. You can tune us in on 105.1 The Lake. You can tune us in right here on Charter Channel 3 and on Facebook Live, continuing to take all your comments out there as they roll in, and we appreciate all of them. Had a bunch of them today that have come in. But let's shift gears. Talk about the Super Bowl. I know we have spent majority of our conversation today on basketball, which is very warranted. We have a lot to talk about right now with Auburn and Alabama basketball, which is usually not the case, so we take advantage of it when we can. But the Super Bowl, this coming up Sunday in Minnesota, New England, and Philadelphia. We opened up the show and we talked about it as we started. I just don't know where the hype's been on this. I mean, maybe it's because nobody. I know last year with Atlanta being in it, it was just so much. Every time you turned on something, you heard about it, and Atlanta just being 2 hours from here is a big deal.
Right.
This is mainly up north, man. So people want to ask about why it's important for ratings and in different areas of the country to have teams represented in the national championship game and all that. I know a lot of people say, well, man, I can't wait to see Alabama and Georgia in the national championship game, or I can't wait to see whoever from that. The reason that from a TV standpoint, I know it didn't play out that way this time, but most of the time you don't want 2 teams from the same regions because the rest of the country is like, I don't really care about what goes on down there.
I agree.
And so kind of maybe similar to this, plus the fatigue of New England just seemingly always finding a way to give it. Is Bill Belichick the best NFL coach ever?
Whew.
If he wins the Super Bowl, he'll have more than anybody.
He's probably the best in my lifetime, and that's 50 plus years.
He'll have the most Super Bowls of any coach if he wins this one.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you judging them on?
Yeah.
What do you?
What's the criteria? I agree. I agree with you.
To win championships, Tom Brady. I don't think there's any question he's the best quarterback to ever play the game.
Yeah, that would be hard for me to debate that too.
I mean, the reason I say that is because of what he's done and how he's been able to continue. I mean, I know there's been some great quarterbacks out there. I mean, we can go down the list.
Yeah.
The Joe Montanas.
Yeah.
And the Johnny Unitas's and
Bob Greasy.
I mean, we can go down one after another. But
yeah.
I mean, none of them have done what he's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's a ton of great quarterbacks out there who's never won squat. Dan Marino being the leaderboard on that one.
Exactly.
And
what about Jim Kelly?
Well, Jim, I'm telling you, Buffalo boy.
What about Jim Kelly?
4 straight Super Bowls.
Yes,
lost
sir.
all 4 of them.
Yes, sir.
So, I tell you, that's a unique story in itself. With back in the day when you're able to navigate your way 4 straight years, you think, well, a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Well, their best opportunity to win it was that first year against New York, and Norwood missed that field goal.
Yeah.
So I mean, but you're right. I mean, you look at there forever. John Elway was labeled that way until late in his career.
He finally got one.
He's able to pick up a couple.
Yeah.
Right there at the end.
Yeah.
So able to get over the hump, and Denver before Buffalo had been 3 in a row. Or had gone to 3 Super Bowls, or maybe not in a row, but had lost all of them. They were the. Did y'all watch the 2 Bills? No, Randy and I talked about that yesterday. Randy saw it. I didn't get a chance to see it yet, but he said it was phenomenal. But it's like I told him.
I haven't seen it.
30 for 30.
Yeah.
On Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick.
Oh, okay. I saw it advertised, but I did not.
Which? There's none of those 30 for 30s that aren't good.
There's really not.
None of them.
There's really not.
And you may not have an interest in like the 2 Escobars.
Yeah.
About the soccer player that scored. He had kicked an own goal and lost the eliminated his team in the World Cup, and he ends up getting killed.
Yeah.
And then Pablo Escobar, the cartel guy down there. Yeah. How all that tied together back. I mean, all that kind of stuff is very interesting, man. Yeah. And the research and everything that goes into those programs is phenomenal. So Mark said it's definitely worth watching. Kelly J just tuned us in. Good luck to you, Kelly. This coming up week, he's an Elite Series pro.
Oh, awesome.
He's from Dayville, so fishing here basically on his home lake. So we wish you nothing but the best out there, Kelly. And we'll talk about that Elite Series tournament here in a little bit to close out the show, because we really want to encourage everybody to come out to this tournament and take all this in. It's the best 110 fishermen in the world. They're going to be right here in Alexander City, Alabama for 5 days.
What a bright light being shined on Alex City.
Oh,
and Lake Martin.
Somebody
Lake Martin now. Let's keep Lake Martin,
because it's big.
It's big.
It encompasses a lot of communities.
That's exactly right.
Somebody said this to me the other day, said, when you get the best 110 of anything to come to your town, you need to go check it out.
Yeah, I agree.
And so
I agree.
And since we've already talked about it, since we have already started it, we'll just keep going. You got a college tournament and a high school. There's a high school tournament out on the lake today, but
let me stop you there, cause what tournament is that? Cause I thought our guys, when I say our guys, our Ben Russell, I thought they were fishing Lake Jordan today.
Well, maybe they were. It may be the Wind Creek Trail, but I thought I'm almost positive there was some high school tournament on the lake today, because it's the weekend prior to the Elite Series being next weekend, because somebody was asking me about there being some confusion with there being another tournament down there the same day on Saturday, but I don't think so.
No,
I'll try to see if I can find out something about that, but I want to go back to my point. The BASS 3 years ago hosted the largest high school bass tournament ever in history on Lake Martin.
Right.
The very next year, my first year as the coach at Central Alabama, and the first year for Central Alabama Community College to have a team, we hosted what ended up being the largest collegiate regional in the history of college bass fishing.
Right.
2 straight tournaments, those bass officials were watching to see how this community was going to react, how would we be able to handle that big a turnout,
accommodate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now the
we
big boys go.
Now we got the 110 best in the world.
They want to be here.
Yeah.
Because not only the lake's a good lake, but it's everything that goes with it.
Yeah.
The facilities at Wind Creek. Justin asked weigh-in Sunday at Wind Creek what time. That'll be down to the final 12. The process will be the tournament starts on Thursday. Everybody fishes Thursday and Friday. After Friday, they cut to 50. And then 50 fish on Saturday, and then the top 12 fish on Sunday.
And then they do.
And then that's it. And,
wow.
And so it's an awesome event. If you've never been to one, it's coming right here. ESPN will be covering the whole thing. These are the comparison of the Major League, the NFL, the
That's
NBA,
right.
the NBA of the sport.
That's exactly right.
I mean, these are the guys that. These are the guys that make the big money in this sport, and get all the sponsors, and just the pageantry of the boats and everything that you'll see, the expo that'll be down there. We're excited at Central Alabama Community College to host the opening meeting. So on Wednesday, so we're up against the break. We got to get out. We're running a little bit behind. We come back. We'll continue to talk about this. Stay tuned. More of the Saturday Sports Countdown right after this.
Is our number one concern. Advanced Heat and Air.
Advanced Heating and Air makes your comfort their priority for any season. Advanced Heating and Air is the region's train dealer and an Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer that can save you money and energy with a new electric heat pump. Advanced Heating and Air maintains the region's best service team, so rely on us to make your comfort our number one concern. Call 234-5052 and we're there for you.
Hi, this is Quinn Harrelson with Interlink Mortgage in Auburn, Alabama. There are 1,000 different questions people ask me every day about mortgage loans. They ask about buying investment homes, primary homes, and even second homes at the lake or the beach. I only have a limited time to say, call me and let's talk about what you want and how I can help you get it. Again, win with Quinn and call me today at 256-675-6259 so I can help structure a mortgage that best fits you and your family's needs.
Game day. Last season you were watching football at the mercy of that loathed cable company and your weird roommate with the ornery chinchilla. But today you're going to watch wherever the Wild you want. You go here, Wild Wind Cafe. They've got all the games on more screens than you can count. And cute roommates. This is just the Wild you need. So go wild, superfan. We can't help you choking QB, but we do have cold beer.
Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance, you got to get to Gills. Selection and price, got to get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills. Cars that fit your budget. Service that no one around can beat. Stop by today and test drive the vehicle of your dreams. Gotta get to Gills Auto Sales. We can finance you. Gotta get to Gills. Selection and price. Gotta get to Gills. Gotta get to Gills.
East Central Alabama asked for it, and Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoors has answered with the region's full-service Mahindra tractor and UTV dealer on Highway 280 in Alex City, next to Tallapoosa Ford. Full lines of Mahindra tractors, E-Max, Max 1500 series to 5500 series. We have the world's #1 tractor line. Get the job done as well with full lines of the world's toughest UTVs and accessories. Visit the all-new Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor in Alex City. True grit never taps out with Mahindra tractors, UTVs, and accessories.
What do you see when you think about your future?
Do you see determination that keeps you going, that helps you make a difference in your world?
Do you see challenges that make you stronger?
Southern Union State Community College realizes that your opportunities for greatness are unlimited. Your journey has just begun.
This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Hyundai of Auburn. You owe it to yourself. Call Hyundai of Auburn today at 334-321-0777 and visit them online at HyundaiofAuburn.com.
We're back drying out right here. Did you get the ticker tape on who's watching right there from the side? Yeah. Old typewriter. Let's go back. We did say we were going to talk about this. An ESPN 300 QB, Brevin White, trying to decide between Alabama and Princeton. And he's out of California. He's, again, a 4-star QB, again, a top 300 player in the country according to ESPN, and he originally said Princeton, and he came back last night and said he'd stick with Princeton.
Yeah.
So he said the main reason I decided to stick was because Princeton offers me opportunities to fulfill my aspirations on and off the field. Alabama's first-class institution, a program with great education, but Princeton checks more boxes personally for me. Princeton is the best fit for who I am. There you go. Can't fault the guy for coming on out and saying that.
Braden's being recruited by Auburn and Princeton. Where are you telling him to go?
I mean, I know which degree's probably going to garner more interest.
There's no question.
So,
no question.
And that
and I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
No, but I understand.
That's a realistic question.
It is that his statement there says everything.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think probably reading into what he's saying, you need to really see what he's saying, because everybody's situation's different.
No question.
And everybody has everybody don't get an offer from Princeton. First of all, they don't give scholarships by way of the Ivy League. They give other scholarships. So that means he's pretty smart.
Yeah.
So, the thing is that every Tom, Dick, and Harry don't get an offer to go to be accepted to Princeton.
Right.
Okay? So, yes, as a football player, you get an offer from Nick Saban right now, man, it's like the Holy Grail.
That's gold.
It's gold. It is gold.
It's gold.
So, but you got to sit there and appreciate a guy for taking all that in and going, probably it's the best fit for me to be going to.
Well, just reader's response.
Yep.
It checks all the boxes. The guy's got.
Well, he's done the research.
Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, he's very knowledgeable.
Hey, kudos for Alabama going after a guy.
No question.
That's
exactly.
So, but anyway, just some interesting recruiting news. I talked about Auburn recruiting news yesterday on the Auburn Blitz. And the good thing about our shows that are on Facebook Live, they're archived. You can go back if you don't catch them right now live. You missed something. You had to leave for a little bit. You want to come back. Yeah. You can just pull them back up and watch them. So. Auburn looks to be finishing pretty strong. Obviously, Justin Ross with Phoenix City. It's down to Alabama, Auburn, and Clemson. Nobody really knows. In my opinion, I feel like he's going to end up at Alabama, and I've got reasons for why I say that I'm not going to get into on the show.
Yeah.
But I figure that he'll end up being in Alabama. I'll put it this way. I think his mother is a big Clemson supporter and big Dabo guy. I think, she really likes Dabo. I think Justin probably would be more willing to stay toward home and go to Auburn. But Alabama's going to end up with him, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can read into whatever.
What about? Let's kind of piggyback off of the Princeton, Alabama quarterback.
Yep.
Recruitment battle. What about James Foster? It's Sidney Lanier.
Yeah.
Is that who Alabama goes after next?
I don't know. That's a good question. I know that he was been talked about.
Yeah.
And if Luke's still watching, he can chime in because he covers the Alabama side like I cover the Auburn side.
Right,
so
right.
He's more in tune on what they have. But I don't know. I mean, they're definitely wanting to sign one more.
Yeah.
So and it has been discussed if some of the things that they had prior doesn't play out, then they would be looking at him a lot harder coming down the stretch.
And then I even saw a report, and Luke, he'll chime in if not today, he'll fill us in. But
Yeah.
I've even seen some reports that said that they may not even sign a quarterback this year.
May not. You know, if it's not somebody that you really feel like can benefit you down the line,
why sign them?
Why don't you just sign them? Just sign them. I mean, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Justin gave us an update right there on the tournaments. It is the Wind Creek Trail today, and the ABN High School Trail.
Don't know that one.
The ABN High School Trail today. That was from Wind Creek's website.
Yeah.
So, and then obviously February 8th through the 11th, Bassmaster Elite Series, which if you even remotely like to fish, you need to be there. If you don't care anything about fishing, you need to come because of the experience and the pageantry and seeing how all this is going to work and seeing all these guys with their sponsors and the expo and just the environment.
So
down there.
is Iconelli going to be here?
Yep.
So I can go out there and follow him. Is he going to holler and scream?
He'll scream just like he always does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could get right on in behind him and follow him. I'm actually a marshal.
Are you?
So I'll be in the boat with somebody 2 days, Thursday and Friday.
Oh, awesome. That's
so
awesome.
I don't know who I'll draw.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a random draw.
Yeah. But if you draw him,
it'll be a bunch of screaming.
Is that going to be? That would be hilarious.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, you never know.
I kind of like him too. Though.
Look, he brings an edge to that sport that they've never had.
Yeah.
You know, he's kind of that guy that likes to push the envelope. Yeah. So we're up against our last break of the show. We come back, we'll close it out here on the Saturday Sports Countdown.
Is our number one concern. Advanced Heat and Air.
Advanced Heating and Air makes your comfort their priority for any season. Advanced Heating and Air is the region's train dealer and an Alabama Power Superior Solutions dealer that can save you money and energy with a new electric heat pump. Advanced Heating and Air maintains the region's best service team, so rely on us to make your comfort our number one concern. Call 234-5052 and we're there for you.
Needing extra space at your house? Check out Easy Storage Units on Tallapoosa Street, 1 mile from downtown Alex City. With state-of-the-art 24-hour surveillance, you can rest easy knowing all of your possessions will be safe and secure. Easy Storage has any size unit you need, from 5x10s up to 10x20s. Call Easy Storage today at 256-794-8223 to rent your unit today. That's Easy Storage, 256-794-8223.
When you're born, you're really young. You're like 0 years old. My grandma tells me to quit growing up so fast. But what can I do about it? My mom keeps throwing me birthday parties.
Russell Medical, comprehensive care in your corner of the world.
Show Enough Barbecue. Since 1990, we've been serving you the finest barbecue in Alexander City. Gerald believes in cooking fresh meat daily, and the secret to that is, I'm not going to tell you. Show Enough is just not about barbecue, but also known for fresh vegetables and homemade pies. That's where I come in. I'm Linda Sanford, better known as the Pie Lady. We also do catering. For more information, give us a call at 234-7675.
Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is the Lake Martin area's complete automotive solution. At Walls, you'll find a dedicated staff offering top quality service from routine maintenance to a full engine overhaul and everything in between. Brian Walls and the folks at Walls Tire are local folks that you know, and they provide the best service, always at a fair price. Find out what the rest of the Lake Martin area already knows. Walls Tire is the Lake Martin area's complete automotive solution. Just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Skag, the toughest name in lawnmowers. Unmatched quality and performance for over 3 decades. The clear choice, the best mower money can buy for work or at home. top lawn care professionals and discerning homeowners know that Skag means productivity and reliability. Every Skag mower is proudly built right here in the USA. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best. Skag.
Satterfield Outdoor Living on Highway 280 in Alex City. This segment of Sports Blitz is brought to you by Russell Do-It Center, offering a complete assortment of lumber, building materials, electrical, and plumbing supplies. Russell Do-It Center stores deliver first-class service, top-rate products, and competitive do-it-best pricing.
Welcome back. Final segment here on the Saturday Sports Countdown, a very short segment. We've got about 4 minutes left. First of all, Jeff, thanks so much for coming out here.
Man,
And
I had a blast.
being
Thank
on the program, man. We always enjoy having you out here. And
Thank you for having me.
bringing your knowledge about, especially this time of year, about the basketball side of things. And I have to say this, you've retired now. You're not coaching anymore. You miss it?
No, I will tell you this, though. I miss the relationship with the guys, the teaching, actual on the floor stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, no.
So, when you turn the page, you turn the page.
You got to do it.
And I think you do. I think
Now,
you have to do that.
let me say this. You don't ever lose that fire. And I won't say never about getting back into it. But, at this point, I'm at peace where I am.
Well, that's good. Well, that's all you can ever ask for.
Yeah.
You pull up, you go to Bassmaster.com to check out all the pros that are going to be here. Our very own Greg Vinson is going to be fishing. I want to wish him nothing but the best and good luck to him. He and I cut a
good little segment, by the way. I saw that.
Yeah, kind of promo in the tournament, just trying to get everybody fired up. So we appreciate that. And, Steve Kennedy is from around here. He'll be fishing in there. Obviously, Kelly J, who tuned us in just a little bit ago. Yeah. He lives in Dayville. That's where he calls home. So he'll be in the tournament. Plus some guys from the peripheral, some guys from the Wetumpka and Coosa County areas that are on the pro circuit now. That's the thing. Alabama's really the capital of bass fishing. If you look at the lakes that we have, I know Texas has got some of those big bass lakes and all, but really Alabama's the epicenter of professional bass fishing. I mean, you've got so many of these top pros that have moved into Alabama. A lot of them are heralded from Alabama that have fished here forever. The Gerald Swindles, the Randy Howells, but you got the Aaron Martins that lived in California that uprooted and moved to Guntersville
Is that
to live
right?
here. You got Chris Lane and the Lane brothers that are from Florida that have upped and moved to Guntersville. To be here at the center of their sport.
Yeah.
And to be closer to the nucleus of where they compete. So it's a $1 billion industry, by the way, everybody. If you want to know about bass fishing and how impactful it is on the economy.
Hey.
So when you start throwing out the word billion, it's got a pretty big impact.
That registers with a lot of people when you use that billion word.
That's kind of how when you and I look at our bank account, we look at we say, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
100 is what registers with me.
Just $100 bill, right?
If I got 100, I might be all right.
You might make it a week or two, right?
I might make it a week.
There you go. Well, anyway, it's been a lot of fun up here. Again, we appreciate everybody tuning in, watching, and listening wherever you picked us up. We're here every Saturday from 7 to 9, and we look forward to having you back next Saturday. But we'll be back on there on Monday for Auburn Blitz from noon to 1. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you tune us in. For Jeff Hines, for Brett Pritchard, we've enjoyed it. We hope you have. See you next Saturday.